Helen Anugrah Cantika. In here, I will tell you about tourism and my experience of tourism in my life. Tourism is various kinds of tourism activities supported by various facilities and services provided by the community, businessmen, government, and local government. The word tourism comes from the Sanskrit pari or many times and tour or traveling. Tourism literally means multiple trips to a place. Types, types of tourism. As for the types of tourism, including local tourism, local tourism is a tourism whose scope is very limited only to certain place in an area. For example, such tours in the city of Bandung, Malang, and others. Number 2, regional tourism. Regional tourism, it is tourism in an area, but it is wider in scope than local tourism. For example, visitor traveling to places in West Java, East Java, and others. Number 3, national tourism. National tourism is a tourism which has a very broad scope, reaching of country. Usually, tourists will come not only from within the country, but also from abroad. For example, tourists will come to Indonesia to tour places in Indonesia. Number 4, regional international tourism. Regional international tourism is tourism which has a wider scope than the national one, but has certain boundaries. For example, traveling to countries in Western Europe, Asia, Southeast Asia, and others. Number 5, international tourism. International tourism is spatial tourism, the scope of all countries in the world. So tourists visit countries around the world. The history of the development of world tourism has been started since primitive times, which was carried out by primitive nations by traveling from one place to another for their survival. Then later, the years 400 began to be considered modern because there was already goodwill by the samurai, where at that time the letters, wheels, and the function of money in trade began to be discovered. Muhibah tours were first carried out by the Phoenicians and Polynesians for trading purposes. After that, the Muhibah tour for fun were first carried out by the Romans in the first to fifth countries. Generally, their purpose was not for rational activities such as the understanding of modern tourism today, but their activities were more aimed at increasing knowledge, ways of life, the political system, and economy. And the history of further tourism development began after World War I, where it was marked by the use of car transportation for personal travel purposes after World War I. World War I gave people experience to get to know other countries, so that they arose interest in traveling to other countries. So that with the opportunity to travel to other countries, the meaning of international tourism has also developed as a means of achieving world peace, and the development of the use of transportation facilities, from the use of private cars to the use of airplanes with sound speed. Talking about travel experience, I do a lot of tourism activities to places that I think are very beautiful. Indeed, most of the tourist attraction I go to are around my area. But Food tours outside my area can also impress me, starting from the Borobudur Temple tour, Jalan Malioboro, Yogyakarta Village, the in Bali, there are Kuta Beach, Pandawa Beach, and many others. The positive things that I can take so far are that nature gives you a pleasure that is unmet by the calm and uniqueness they have. Behaving wisely, politely, and discipline in traveling as an example of maintaining clean lines, even though I only do a little, but is enough to pay for the pleasure we have received from visiting the various tours and exits. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.